Welcome to the American Dream Podcast World Tour. Today, we're excited to introduce a guest from Venezuela who has ventured to the United States in pursuit of their dreams. Join us as we unravel their inspiring story and gain insight into the Venezuelan pursuit of success. Welcome aboard. This is the American Dream Podcast. I'm here in the studio with a guest from Venezuela, Luis Carlos. Do I pronounce it right? I always ask immigrants if I pronounce their names right. I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. You're from Venezuela. And which part of Venezuela are you from? Let's talk a little bit about your background. What motivated for you to move here? And when did you move to the United States?
Well, in Venezuela, I am from Venezuela, and I am from the city of Maracaibo, which is a wonderful city, I think.
When did you move here?
Well, I moved here in 2021.
In 2021. Okay, so it's been 3 years since you've lived here in America. Where did you move to America from Venezuela? Was it Springfield?
Directly Springfield.
Why did you move here?
Well, because I got family here.
You got family here in Springfield. Yeah. Okay, so is it your mom and dad that live here, or?
My dad was here first than me.
Awesome. So what inspired you to come to America besides your family?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you know the situation in Venezuela, but basically the government is trying to kill everybody who is against the government. Oh. So my family used to work for against the government in political reasons. So we came here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was more of a political reason for you to come here, and safety too. So how was the American dream? I know that American dream is that concept that a lot of immigrants come here for. How was that American dream concept pursued in Venezuela before you came here? Did you have any expectations or thoughts on what your life is going to look like as soon as you move to America?
Well, I have to be honest with you. When I came here, I didn't have that American dream, since I got 1 year here. So when I realized that I would come to the U.S. when I was in Venezuela, I said, I didn't know nothing about the American dream, But when I came here and I see a lot of the opportunities that we had here, I say, well, I think the American dream is the life what you want to live, And I think it's mostly about what you want to do, because here in the U.S., you can do whatever you want to do, because there is a lot of opportunity.
That is true. The country of opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
And the country of immigrants too. Yeah. So did your expectations met reality when you moved here?
I don't know. When I came here, I was surprised, because after a year here, I start to realize that the American dream is really the American dream, I live the American dream in life, I think.
So just living here in America is American dream for you?
Yeah, because you can do whatever you want.
Freedom.
Yeah, freedom. Yeah, you are free to do whatever you want, and there is a lot of opportunity, and you just have to look for.
What were some of the cultural differences that you have noticed when you moved to America?
The open-mind society is one of the most important, I think, because in Venezuela, for example, there is not, I don't want to say that, but there is not normal about, LGBT or gay people or trans, even piercing, tattoos. So here is very normal, and for me it's normal, But in Venezuela there is something like,
it's more conservative country.
Yeah, more conservative country. And when you came here and you see everything, and you are like, it's kind of shock.
So how has your professional journey unfolded here in the U.S.?
I just have the high school in Venezuela. So when I came here, I am going to the OTC to learn English, because I think the first step to be successful here in the U.S. is to learn English. So I don't have that professional, issue, but I think I will have.
Do you have a dream job in America?
No, I don't have a dream job, because, I want to be like a businessman. I am a hungry young boy, and, and I think I am in the right country, because there is a lot of opportunity here, so you have to find one.
So have you engaged with the local community here locally yet? And by that, I mean, maybe you're participating in some church events or any other events outside of school events?
Well, I mean, the Americans are in their own business, you know, so it's something that I don't know if affect me, but because in Venezuela, you know, in Venezuela, the people is so friendly. So, hey, what's up? You know, like, hey, hello. And, you know, I mean, you came here and you say everything is cold. You know, the people is kind of in their own business. And, you know, maybe that is something like I want to.
Does that bother you at all? Do you miss your country in moments like that?
Well, yeah, because I am a very social person. So when I was in Venezuela, I remember, hey, what's up? You know, with family, friends, and, you know, people maybe who you don't know. And you just are like that in Venezuela. And
it's very different here. Yeah, Americans are very distant. They're not as open when it comes to that. You know, they're very nice. They're always smiling to you. They're ready to help you whenever you need it. But when it comes to more personal space, very different. Yeah. I agree. Have you been involved in any cultural exchange initiatives to kind of bridge the gap between Venezuela and America? Have you made any Venezuelan friends here locally yet? Have you met anybody?
No, here from Venezuela, no. I mean, recently the people is coming from Venezuela to here to Springfield. So even though there is a folk truck, Venezuelan folk truck, Caracas House, and I met people from Venezuela there, but when I came here, I didn't even know nobody from Venezuela.
Do you have Venezuelan friends now?
Well, no, not Venezuelan friends, but I know people from Venezuela.
You just know people from Venezuela. Is there a lot of people from Venezuela here locally?
This is not so much.
Not so much. Are there any events that they go to that you can recommend to other Venezuelan people that are moving here locally? Or is it just the food truck? Is your recommendation?
Just the food truck.
Just the food truck?
Yeah, there is no Venezuelan places here.
Do you maintain connection with your family? Do you have any family left in Venezuela?
Yeah, but most of my family is here in Texas.
Ah, okay. So do you maintain connection with them?
Yeah, for sure. Because, you know, I mean, I only have 2 years here. So I have friends in Venezuela, I have family in Venezuela. So, yeah, I still maintain the connection with my country because I really love my country. But then when you came here to the U.S., so you have to, you want to be part of the U.S., you know. But then I am most like, being part of the two cultures, you know. Are
there any specific cultural traditions that you're still trying to support here in the U.S. that are from Venezuela?
No, because here in Springfield, there is no Venezuelan places. But for example, if I am in Texas, there is a lot, you know, restaurants, bars, or where you can go there and listen Venezuelan music, you know. But here in Springfield, there is nothing from Venezuela.
What about holidays? Because I have interviewed a lady from Brazil, and she mentioned that the New Year's is celebrated very different in Brazil. It's a big, huge, vibrant holiday, and everyone is, you know, dancing and partying. And here locally, it's very different. In big cities, of course, it's a big party in New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, all of those. But here, specifically in Springfield, Missouri, it's not that at all. Do you celebrate any holidays differently from Americans?
Well, yeah, the Christmas and the New Year is a big deal in Venezuela because, you know, the people is, you know, dancing, drinking, you know, celebrating that. So here in Springfield, I have never celebrated Christmas. Sometimes I go to Texas because, you know, there is my family there. And I celebrate Christmas like Venezuelan.
How do they celebrate it?
Well, I mean, the party starts at 9, and we will eat our food because we had a specific food for Christmas, and then, you know, we just party, sharing, you know, with your family. Do
a countdown probably too to the New Year's.
Yeah.
Yes. How has the experience impacted your family and relationships, especially considering the cultural difference?
My mother still doesn't speak English and my father doesn't speak English. So it's difficult for them because there is no Venezuelan people here or even Hispanic people. So they don't know nobody from Hispanic people, you know.
big cultural difference for you to transition, especially I think it's easier for younger people to transition than for, like my mom, she's still struggling with English language as well. And she is struggling with, finding job, finding friends here locally, because it's a big deal. If you don't speak English, obviously you're kind of screwed. You won't be able to be in the community as much, and you won't be able to find a good job and start building that financial foundation, which is why a lot of immigrants are choosing big cities, because they are most likely to find people from their countries there that speak their language that might hire them for their own business. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your so far success in the U.S. I know it's only been 3 years since you moved here. Yeah. Is there any achievements that you are proud of so far?
Well, yes, when I came here, I got 2 jobs. And then after a year, I realized that that is not the way I want to take. Mm-hmm. Because I said, you have to speak English if you want to be here in the U.S. Mm-hmm. Because when I came here, I cannot even say hello, And he said, you have to learn English. So I go step by step, but with a long vision, And yeah, I think I am so proud because I think I can speak English in a good way. Mm-hmm. And I am learning about life.
Is there anything you're planning to achieve here in the U.S.?
Well, yeah, how I told you, mm-hmm. I am still looking for my way, So I think the first step is learn English, and then you will find out, because the English is the key, I think. Mm-hmm. English is the key to open the doors, and here we are.
Next thing I want to ask you is kind of the stereotypes about Venezuelan people here in the U.S., because there are a lot of stereotypes about Russian people, and I know that there are a lot of stereotypes about every other country in America, of course. Is there any misconceptions about Venezuela or Venezuelan people here in the U.S. that you would like to address?
I have heard some people, because the Venezuelan people immigrate like in 2017, so there is not so much conception about Venezuelan people. But then I have heard like the Venezuelan people are lazy, maybe, and then I said no, because we are a lot Venezuelan people who is hard workers. Mm-hmm. So I want to resolve that, because some Venezuelans are representing like the lazy Venezuelan people. So if one people from Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico do something wrong, they would say like everybody from that country is like that. Mm-hmm. And that is not true. In mm-hmm. Venezuela, there is so many hard people, mm-hmm. hard worker people.
Is there anything you would like to say to people from Venezuela that are planning to come to America to achieve their American dreams?
Yeah, for sure. If you want to come here to the U.S., try to speak English, mm-hmm. and come here, because there is the country about opportunities. Mm-hmm. So come here and work hard, and make the Venezuelan name stand by mm-hmm. too high.
Mm-hmm. And finally, before we hop into a break, looking back at your journey so far, what lessons or insights have you gained that you would like to share with our listeners?
Yeah, for sure. When I got that 2 jobs, I said to myself, I want to demonstrate myself that I can do whatever I want. Because if you have 2 jobs and you still try to do better, you have to improve something, you have to improve, you want to improve, and you want to learn the language. So I am so proud of myself, because I have been working hard for my English, for my work, Mm-hmm. So it was a hard decision, decide to quit one job to learn English, And I have been doing that for about 8 months. This has been so hard for me, but,
But you're still here, and you didn't give up.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome back. You're listening to the American Dream Podcast, and I'm here with Venezuelan native Luis Carlos. Yeah. Welcome to the show. So you moved to the United States 3 years ago. Have you been back to your home country ever since then?
No, I've never gone back.
Since you still moved here not that long ago, you probably still have the good memories of places to go and some recommendations for travelers if people are interested to take a trip to Venezuela. So let's begin by thinking about what do you believe sets Venezuela apart as a travel destination from different countries? Maybe there are some unique experiences or attractions that you can mention.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you are a tourist and you want to go to some country in South America, for sure you have to go to Venezuela, because I think Venezuela have everything. Everything you want to do, Venezuela have it.
So can you describe some of the natural wonders or landmarks in Venezuela that you would recommend to travelers?
Well, one for sure is Angel Falls, because it's the highest waterfall in the world. So you can go by boat or you can go with the helicopter and you can see that. It's so amazing, so unbelievable. If you can watch it in Google or in video, that is really amazing.
Any other destinations, like maybe a beach or forest?
Margarita Island. They are the best beaches I've never seen, because they are wonderful. They are, and you can go every time on the year. If you can go in December, or you can go in, June. And that is a really good destination. I mean, in Venezuela, you can do whatever you want if you want to travel, because you have natural, you have the beaches, you have everything.
What about climate in Venezuela? Is it always warm, or is it like kind of in Brazil where there is winter during summer and summer during winter?
No, it's always warm, but in 2 or 3 states, it's cold. Not that cold, but it's cold.
So how would you characterize the cultural richness of Venezuela?
Well, I mean, in Venezuela, there is a lot of diversity about countries, because in the 17th, I think, when there is war in Europe, so many immigrants from Europe came to Venezuela. So I have studied with Germans, Italians, Spanish people, Portuguese, Arabic, and there is a richness about diversity in Venezuela.
What do you think about Venezuelan culture that can attract travelers the most?
I am from there, so Maracaibo. You have to go to Maracaibo because the people there is unique, The people there is something else. It's
How
different.
are they unique?
Well, I mean, you have to go there. I mean, I can't describe because it's amazing. The people is so friendly. They want to talk to you. They dance. They have their own dance, their own music, in December. So you have to go in December to Maracaibo.
Okay.
That is incredible. You have to go there.
So in December, the climate is probably very beautiful.
Because Maracaibo is mostly warm, really, really hot. But in December is, maybe it's the perfect climate if you want to go there.
So you mentioned a little bit about the political challenges that Venezuela has faced in this past couple of years. Despite that, what are some other reasons why travelers should consider traveling to Venezuela?
The different places that they can go. I mean, if they want to go beaches, they can go to Margarita Island. If they want to go to see something natural, something special, they can go to the Canaima National Park and the Savannah, which is something really interesting for the people that want to learn about the animals, the wild, They are from monkeys to piranhas. They are
piranhas.
Yeah, crocodile. I mean, they have everything there. That is interesting.
So what has been your memorable... I know that you are from Venezuela. You've lived there most of your life so far.
Yeah.
What has been your best experience in your home country that you just think about and it brings warm memories to your heart?
Well, I mean, when I graduated, maybe it was the most important time I've never had. And, when you graduate, the people try to be too nice to you. So I feel like, warm. I feel, that the people, it's likely,
Speaking of people, how are people in Venezuela treating travelers?
They will help you. They will try to help you, and they are so friendly. And if you go there, there is going to be somebody who want to help you and to want you to introduce to the country, you know. They want to try their food. They want to make sure that you see everything in Venezuela, you know. Because most people in Venezuela love Venezuela and try to get the better experience to the travelers.
So you would recommend taking that advice and introducing yourself to the new country with locals?
Yeah, for sure. You have to go with local because the local has something special, is the knowledge about the country, you know. And if you want to go to Venezuela, text me. I can find someone who...
Do you know any lesser known destinations in Venezuela that you can recommend as Venezuelan native?
Yeah, for sure. There is a Catatumbo Island, which is, I am so proud of it because it's near to Maracaibo, which is my city. So it's a lake who gets 205 lightning strike per square kilometer every night. I mean, that is amazing. If you see that, that is amazing. And it happened 160 times a year. So I don't know how safe it is, but the people have to go there because that is amazing when you see that and you hear and you are there. So that is amazing. The people have to go there, and mostly people don't know that. You know, they say Angel Falls, Margarita Island, Orinoco, the Orinoco River, you know, but they don't even talk about that, about the Catatumbo Island, and there is amazing.
Let's talk a little bit about the local cuisine. How is food in Venezuela?
Well, I mean, for me, it's incredible because we have a diversity of food. I mean, we have arepas, which the Colombians say that they made it, but that is not true. It's from Venezuela. We have arepa, we have patacones, we have empanadas, we have tequeños. So we have so many plates that are really delicious for me.
What should be the very first dish a tourist should try? Like, let's say I just landed in Venezuela. Where would you tell me to go? Number one thing.
Well, I mean, the people will tell you arepas, but I think you have to try patacones because they are so delicious.
What is it?
Well, it's like fried plantains, but you can put in there whatever you want. I mean, you can put ham, chicken or meat, and, you know, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, so different salsas. But you have to try a good one and you will love it.
For people who are more adventurous and they would like to experience spicy emotions, as I like to call it, during their trip, is there any places that you can recommend them to go, or don't risk it in Venezuela?
Well, I mean, if you are a tourist, Venezuela is very safe. So you have to go to the places that you have to go. I mean, if you don't leave that space, if you don't go to, you know, maybe to a small town that are, you know, maybe dangerous, you can go there and you can stay fine because nobody is gonna attack you or do something bad with you, because in Venezuela they respect so much the travelers. It's safety for travelers.
What about some tips that you can think of for a traveler that is going to Venezuela? What to prepare for?
Go with a local person. Everywhere, every time, go with a local person and you will have the best experience in Venezuela. And you won't have nothing that you should not have.
Where can you find those local people?
Well, I mean, there is some tourists. There is person who dedicates their whole life for that, you know. But text me.
Any local traditions or festivals you would recommend to visitors?
Well, you can go to carnivals.
What time of year?
It's in February. The carnival, and there is like 2 weeks. And they make like a parade. They make special thing for that time of the year. And that is wonderful, beautiful, and, you know, you should go there.
So as someone from Venezuela, how do you think travelers can contribute to preserving the rich culture and natural beauty of Venezuela?
Well, I mean, just going there. I mean, you have to support that if you want to make something different as a tourist, you know. You can go there and enjoy. Enjoy and try to tell more people to come here. I think that is a good contribution. Maybe you have to be clean with the country because there is no most people like trying to be clean, you know. So if you want really help Venezuelan, just don't throw things away and be nice with the people too. To have that protection of the tourists, that the tourists are good. So yeah, that is how they can help.
What is the best way for transportation in Venezuela?
Well, I mean, rent a car if you can, but maybe with taxis. But there is something funny because there are motorcycles who are taxis, you know. I mean, you are the motorcycle and you don't know the people. You know what I mean? You don't know who is driving.
Who you're hugging.
Yeah, you don't know that. And you don't even have nothing in your head most of the time. And I think that is not the most safety thing to do, but you will enjoy it.
What about public transportation? Buses?
No, there is not public transportation in Venezuela.
There is no at all?
No, not at all. It's too few and there is in bad conditions, so I don't recommend that.
So taxis or rent a car?
Yeah, taxi or rent a car. If you wanna live the experience, go in a motorcycle.
Okay.
With a motor taxi.
What about the places to stay in Venezuela? Hotels or hostels or rent out an Airbnb? Which one is better?
I think the hotels are still in good condition because there is so many tourists going there. Yeah, I think hotels.
Hotels are the best choice?
Yeah, the best choice.
Okay, so if you had to make a compelling pitch to someone who wants to travel to Venezuela, what would you say to inspire them to explore Venezuela?
Well, I will say that Venezuela is wonderful. It's beautiful. You really have to go there because there is so many different places that you can go. From the beaches to the Angel Falls to the Canaima River, you know. That is amazing. The country is amazing. I mean, how I told you, I mean, if you go to Venezuela, you can't go only to one place, you know. You gotta go everywhere because you will love Venezuela if you go.
Finally, I always like to ask my guests to teach me a little bit in their native language. So it's Spanish in Venezuela, right?
Spanish.
You guys speak Spanish. I don't know Spanish. I've never learned Spanish in my life. So I only know how to say, por favor. I think that's all I know how to say. And una, dos, tres.
Yeah, the numbers.
That's it. So I would like to learn a little bit on how to say something in Spanish. Can you teach me a sentence that is very important to know if you go to Venezuela?
Like to wait or for...
Maybe like, hi, I need help. That's probably what I would be asking for. I would need to know, hi, I need help in order to travel to Venezuela because I don't speak Spanish. Do you need to know a little bit of Spanish when you travel to Venezuela?
Well, I mean, there is so many people who speak English.
Okay.
Because there are so many places where you can learn English. And in Venezuela, it's normal that the people speak English, most of the people. And if you work with tourists, you have to learn. So, I mean, not at all, but if you want, you can say, hola, necesito ayuda.
Hola, necesita yo?
Necesito ayuda.
Necesita ayuda.
Ayuda, necesito ayuda.
Necesita ayuda. Hola, necesito ayuda.
Yeah, that's good.
What does that mean?
Hi, I need help.
Perfect. I'm ready to go to Venezuela.
Or if you want to sound more local, you can say, hey, Pachamo.
El Pachamo?
Yeah, hey, Pachamo.
What does that mean?
Hey, my friend, or hey,
oh,
brother.
El Pachamo. Luis Carlos?
Hey, Pachamo.
Welcome back. You're listening to the American Dream podcast, and I'm here with a guest from Venezuela, Luis Carlos. Thank you so much for visiting me, by the way. I completely forget to thank all of my guests till like the very last part of this podcast, and I always feel terrible when I'm editing it out. And I'm like, oh my God, I never thanked this person for their time.
No, thanks to you because you do a great job.
Oh, thank you so much.
I was wondering about doing this interview or not because I saw the interview about Honduras. And I remember he said, oh my God, she got a wonderful accent. I mean, I am not in that level yet, you know. But
I'm not there either. She speaks perfect English.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I don't understand. She's just very talented. So when immigrants are moving to a different country, they're packing their whole life into 1 to 2 suitcases. This season, I like to ask immigrants to bring 3 to 5 items that remind them of their home country or that they brought from their home country.
Okay.
And I see that you have 3 items over there, and you have a little ukulele.
Yeah, but we call that Quadro,
Quadro.
who is 4, like. But,
Yes,
yeah.
Quadro strings.
Quadro, I mean, I don't know how to play it, but there is, you know.
And you brought it from Venezuela?
Yeah, I brought it from Venezuela, and, you know, it remind me my country and the music from there. But I don't know how to play it. I mean, I had to learn, but yeah.
That is such a beautiful little Quadro.
Yeah.
Wow. And the strings are different colors too. It's the green, yellow, blue, and white.
Yeah.
Are those the colors of the flag or?
No, there is nothing to do with the flag. I think it's just for decoration.
Just for decoration?
But yeah,
How
looks
did you
great.
manage to bring that?
Well,
And did not break it?
I don't know. I mean, it looks in perfect condition, but I don't know. Just
And it reminds you of your home country, like
Yeah.
the music probably
the
there
music
too.
and, you know, the people, you know, because there is very popular in Venezuela.
Yes. Where in Venezuela did you got this Quadro?
Yeah, in my city, Maracaibo.
In your city?
Yeah.
Just in the store? Did you got it right before you moved here just to have it as a memory, or did you always had it?
No, before I came here.
Before
I
you
got
came
one.
here?
Yeah, because, you know, I don't know how to play, so I said I want to bring it with me because it's going to remind me of my country.
Yes, it's a memory. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Okay, so I see you have a flag over here and a bag, which, by the way, if you're just listening to us, check out our YouTube channel at Podcast TID, the American Dream Podcast, to see all of these items that Luis brought in the studio. So I see that we're moving on to a next item, which is
The flag of Venezuela.
the flag of Venezuela. Wow. I love those colors. They're so fun.
And something interesting is that, for example, my flag have 7 stars because this bad government, add 1 more star. I don't know why, but they add that. And most of the Venezuelan people say that their Venezuelan flag have 7 stars, not 8 stars.
All right, and I see that there is a logo over there too. What is that? What is that logo?
This is the escudo. This is the escudo of Venezuela that have a horse and has the trigo, which is important for the people in Venezuela. That's it. But the real flag don't have this. I mean,
Okay,
the
so
real
it's
flag
just the
is
colors.
just the colors and the stars.
Why does this flag have it?
You know, some flags have,
Okay.
and I just brought it with this because there is another representative thing about Venezuela.
What do those words say?
This is the name of Venezuela. That is República de Venezuela. There is the day that for the independence, and that's it.
That is a beautiful flag. Do you have it like hanging in your home here in America, or is it just, I don't know, laying somewhere for now? You don't have a space for it yet? Are you planning
No.
to hang it somewhere?
No, I don't have space for it now, but I think I will put in, you know, in my room, like, you know, to see the flag.
Yes, absolutely.
When I get up in the morning.
Yes, it's a beautiful flag. It's very vibrant colors, very fun colors. I love that. All right, so you have brought a guitar, a flag, and I see a third item over there, which looks like flour.
Yeah, that's it. This is the flour for doing the arepas, who is the main plate in Venezuela. That is the arepa, and this is from where you make the arepas, you know. And this is the harina pan, which is the, I don't know, I mean, you just made the arepa from here. So this is important because everyone uses this in Venezuela for make arepas. Everybody will make arepas from this. So it's really good and tastes so good.
So this is the arepas, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that looks delicious. So it looks like the corn bread.
Yeah.
So it's a cornbread. Like corn, like this made out of corn flour?
Which is this, and you can add whatever you want. Chicken, meat, beef, you know.
What is your favorite arepas?
With chicken, I think.
With chicken?
Yeah, with chicken. They are my favorite arepas, and they are so delicious.
So you brought this from Venezuela as well 3 years ago with you?
No. You can find this here in the US.
Oh.
Even in Walmart, because there is a huge company.
Ah, okay. Probably an international section of Walmart.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Are there any Venezuelan stores here locally that you know of? No?
Only Hispanic.
Do you shop there at all?
Not so much. I used to buy in Walmart, but there is no Venezuelan market.
You should
here.
start one, Luis.
Well, here there is no so much Venezuelan people, but for sure.
Maybe in Texas.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Texas.
Well, thank you so much, Luis, for visiting me today, for bringing all these items, for sharing your story, and giving some travel recommendations to our listeners, too. Make sure you check out our Facebook and Instagram at Podcast TAD and give us a follow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the American Dream Podcast. For more episodes, subscribe on your favorite platform. Keep dreaming and see you next time.